Songs would sound pretty boring if we just played one single chord the whole time. So just like notes, we play multiple different chords to make up a song. We're going to try changing between chords. This is really where the magic happens, and when your playing starts to sound like actual guitar playing, once you can get it smoothly. I'll warn you in advance that this is the single hardest skill for beginners to get used to. Changing chords requires you to coordinate a lot of different hand movements very quickly. We'll start out very simply right now, so it should be alright, but take your time on this section because it's not easy. If you can master this section though, you'll already be 80% of the way to playing real songs that sound good. We're going to start the same way we did on the first string, by switching between the G major and the G7 chords, held for 4 beats each. Try this a few times until you can play along with me. One trick that'll help you out is to not worry too much about playing the top 3 strings. If you play the 4th string accidentally, it honestly doesn't make that much of a difference. It will for some chords if there's a really dissonant note, but for the most part it's not critical that you only play the specific strings. Humans can't tell apart low notes nearly as well as higher notes, so for the most part, lower strings kind of get lost in the overall sound. It's also much harder to get used to switching with your left hand, so you should focus on your left hand more than your right hand. Just make sure you're not strumming too hard. With that said, let's try switching between the G major and G7 for 4 beats each. Remember to focus on your left hand and try and play smoothly and gently with your right hand, making sure your wrist is loose and not tense. Try this exercise until you can play along with me. The most important part of this is timing. You'll want to try this exercise as many times as it takes to be able to play exactly along with me. Smooth transitions between chords is the biggest difference between beginners and non-beginners when playing chords. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you can play along with me, that's fantastic. You're now actually changing between chords. If it's still a struggle, take your time and work on this until you can play along with me and have it sound nice.